Hello, everyone, on the Go Mode Podcast. Welcome to the Go Mode Podcast Men Attorney 2026. And we got a race here between Bradlock and WhiskeyBill25. I am Pixcalibur, joined on commentary by Scandler. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Excited for yet another awesome open assured race. It's been a great week, week one of this tournament, and see no reason for it not to continue right now.
So I think both runners are at 0-0. So what do you think is going to go on in this race today?
I think that it's, at least for me, it was a little nerve-wracking the first time I was restreamed when I was in this tournament last year. So it was a little nerve-wracking being on restream. So I think there might be a little bit of nerves maybe at the start, maybe the first 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes. But then I think these runners are going to settle in and work with their mentors, and hopefully be some good action on both sides.
So we got the quick map check on Whiskey Bill's side is all crystals, red crystal and desert.
Yeah, we've already got a divergence. It looks like we had an Uncle start and a Sank start. So we'll get to see some different items at the start, which is really good for us.
Bradlock with early blue tunic, Uncle with nothing, and we got, let's see, lumberjack. Anything in here? Nope. Okay, nothing on the lumberjack.
Coming up dry so far, but with the Lost Woods at Kakariko Village coming in soon, I'm sure we'll find at least a couple of progressive items. Just 5 rupees in the Lost Woods clearing, so not much there either. You see Bradlock checking tree pulls. Looks like small magic from that tree pull.
Yeah, so nothing really big. I mean, maybe they're hoping for, like, bomb drops, 20 rupees from them or something. It's so far, as you said, pretty empty.
Yeah, and I think Bill might be trying to kill some enemies, kill some of the guards to see if there is a drop that could help him, but doesn't appear to be that way. So we're gonna, looks like, head over toward the well, see if we can maybe grab some bombs, hopefully, and be able to route this village effectively.
We got some okay stuff. Got ether. Already got the other armor upgrade. Okay, so that's already good to go on that. Red tunic in not even 3 minutes in, basically.
Definitely not going to turn that down, that's for sure.
Whiskey Bill finding a very convenient bottle there with a bee in it. Get the sick kit turn in right away, because not really one of those checks you want to, orphan until later and then you forget about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't net anything. I mean, just a piece of heart, which will eventually help a refill, but he is going to buy some bombs, which is probably the right thing to do at this point. Yeah, Bradlock picking up his red mail for him or for them.
Yeah, Bradlock also buying a pack of bombs. Ooh, hey, nice flute there. Always a good spot to find that. And okay, so at least yeah, money's not an issue. Ice rod, oh well. One of those memes where Turtle Rock is a potential pendant with an early ice rod here.
Yeah, with 3 crystals in the light world, there's the best chance possible that TR will not be necessary. So memes might live.
Alright, so yeah, so the back of blinds that had bombs, but that's not relevant since you needed a bomb to get there anyway. Back of the well, let's see, was there anything here? No, okay.
So I would imagine we're going to see the flute activated right now, and that'll definitely help with travel across the light world.
Oh yeah, especially without boots, because a lot of, if you have like casual boots, sure you have boots already, but here you got no boots, so being able to go to like 0.8 or something is so save a long walk there, or even 0.7 to get to Mini Moldorm.
Yeah, and they're just gonna clean up Cack Village. Bill's gonna check Chicken Hut for us while Bradlock checks back of the well for that heart piece. We had a bug net on the library, so be interesting to see if either of our runners end up picking that up. So we see Bradlock getting their bottle. Gonna check Sick Kid right away. And just bombs on the race game. Bill's out of there. Gonna head down to the South Shore Dam Mini Moldorm Cave area.
Already seeing the power of that flute, saving what normally would be a save and quit, and you gotta walk all the way down to the South Shore.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than having to walk across Hyrule with no flute, no boots. Very slow, very painful.
It actually even puts something like Agina. Agina's Cave is an option because, as you said, I mean, imagine walking to that and finding nothing. And here, at least you can float over to 0.6 and then get at least some info on the ledge and on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a check that I tend to put off, and it's burned me quite a few times. But to your point, I don't like having to walk all the way there. Oh, nice use of ether in Mini Moldorm Cave there by Bill.
Also, nice Mini Moldor Cave, almost getting the Dark World package there. Just missing just a Moon Pearl.
I wonder if Bill's forgetting that he has the flute. He could have fluted to 5 potentially. It might have been a little faster.
Maybe. I think in this case, it might have just ended up being a wash, since you got to walk all the way across the other end of the screen. So it might have been about equal. So it's just a long walk. Okay, green pendant in pod. Okay, another meme there. And the closet. Okay, double rods already. Okay, double rods. Okay, let's trying to get Turtle Rock being a pendant here. Let's see. Still on the table.
All right, some more divergence here. Bill is going to head with that fire rod into Uncle and maybe even escape. Bradlock is going to check Ice Rod Cave, which, again, with the flute, definitely easier to get to.
So at this point, logical checks are already kind of running thin here, because you got Agina's Cave, which Bradlock's going to. Oh, we haven't done a front of escape. Okay, so we got that, and then Eastern.
Yeah, I mean, all 8 checks in escape, I believe, are in logic with that fire rod and the glove to get to the back if we don't find the key in the front. So I don't hate this play from Bill at all.
Right, Bradlock's gonna go to the back of escape. Let's see anything gives what both our runners are doing. Ooh, that's a lot of bomb drops there for those rats. Got here another bottle, another map, and nope, nothing in the back of escape.
Yep, nice use of the fire rod on the ball and chain guard by Bill. See Bradlock getting their fire rod from Saha's back room.
Well, Bradlock's kind of thinking here, because not too many options. It's really just Eastern or going back for Dark Frost. So neither option. I mean, walking or fluting, I don't think it's going to make really any difference here. I mean, Saha's closet's in such a bad spot that it's like equal distance to either way you go.
Oh, Bill doesn't have magic.
I don't know. Yeah, no magic. So he's open. Okay, so
Oh,
nothing
but he
in
got the item.
Darkfrost.
Nicely
Yeah,
done.
good job there. Yeah, nothing. Just 10 arrows. So, oh boy. So we got Eastern, and then the flute does give mountain access, but that is only one logical check.
Yeah, Bill's trying to decide. Yeah, he's gonna go into Eastern as well. And we find the mitts on Bradlock's side on the right side of Eastern.
I mean, that's great. That's very useful. It doesn't add on anything at this time. I still need Moon Pearl.
Once we get that Moon Pearl, though, we are going to have full access to the Dark World. Basically.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of checks, outside of maybe it's like mirror checks and stuff, so I'm wondering if this seed is just gonna give Moon Pearl, or is it gonna give something like mirror, hook shot, something to stretch out the oh yeah, Zora's in logic as well, so they might have to grind for some money as well.
That would be the worst option. I mean, luckily, you can get some money here in Eastern Palace, actually, if you go through the big key door. On the northeast side of that room, through the big key door, there are some rupees at once 90 rupees, maybe?
Yeah, they have that option. I think they can try Houlihan, because they both are in range of enough money with the Houlihan to help.
Yeah, that might be the better option if they know how to do it.
Alright, so Bradlock deciding to scout past the dark room. One of the easier dark rooms to go through, so getting this check out of the way. Okay, so vanilla big key, so we know that's going to be logically lamp locked. Well, they have no bow, so they can't complete the level. So, but he might, yeah, as you say, he might actually grab the money in that room past the big door. Big chest is okay. Nothing there.
Just the bloomerang. So where's Bradlock going to go now? Is the question. Probably front of escape. That's a good call. There are 5 item checks there. Or 4 item checks.
And Sean in chat, he's just going for the more sadistic options here. Going for checkerboard with Pearl, and we've seen that. I know I've seen that plenty of times. You have to get you have access to Meyer. It's just you can't do anything there.
Yeah, that's a tough bunny walk with the murder dactyl kind of staring you down. Oh, Bill taking a death at the anti-fairy chest, or anti-fairy button at the big key chest in Eastern.
Yeah, that one could be a bit tricky to get that switch there. Luckily, he's missed nothing on the big chest, but he's gonna have to do that to clear the level, so it's gonna be, but nothing critical missed at least for now.
Yeah, and he knows that it's out of logic without the lamp anyways, so he's probably not too worried about going back until he finds at least the lamp. It looks like Bill is going to be farming some rupees up by Ice Rod Cave. Potentially.
20 rupees at a time here. It's gonna take a little while, but not that bad. It's just a quick trip in and out. It's kind of annoying that the... It's kind of annoying that the logic does not take money into account, since you can, in theory, get infinite money. So as long as you have Zora and logic, that's in play.
Yeah, it might have been worth it to flute to the west of the dam. There is a cave you can get 50 rupees at a time. Might have been a little bit quicker, especially with the flute. You can get where you need to go a little bit faster.
Yeah, they would get the 50. Oh yeah, they would just flute to the potion shop, actually. You just walk over to Zora from that angle.
Bill is going to fake flipper. He's going to check the man under the bridge. You see 100 rupees on Lake Hylia Island, so don't know that they'll be going back for that. We have Bradlock going through another dark room. This is to rescue the old man at the top of the mountain, which will open up a save and quit point for them.
I'm just wondering, are we out of checks at this point? Because do we just have that one mountain check now? Oh no, Zora.
We have Zora and the one mountain check, so they're each going to take care of that for us in the next minute or so. And with no Moon Pearl, the Waterfall Fairy Cave is not accessible. So we're just going to get the Zora check. So which one is our progression on? Zora or Spec Rock? Looks like Zora. There was just a heart piece inside Spec Rock.
Alright, so we're going for like mirror, mushroom or something? No, okay, it's just the moon pearl.
Just the pearl.
Alright, the seed being a little generous here. I was kind of expecting some fetch quest. Could be shovel, mushroom. Boots they wouldn't mind. That would have been nice to have.
Now you can start in a couple of different places. Would you think you would start? Because that would probably be between either Hype Cave start or Village of Outcast start. What do you think you would do in this situation?
Yeah, well, they got mitts, so they could go around easier, but I probably would still do maybe Hype Cave. Quick checks right there, just to make sure that there's not something more useful there I can get. Progression, a hook shot, whatever. But either way is fine. You'll eventually just do the other one. Oh, hey, there we go. Not even surprised at what we saw.
Pendant TR, would you have both rods 10 minutes in? Actually, with the fire rod, I don't hate this play from Bill. It technically is clearable, even if it's a little bit low percentage. If you're feeling good, though, you can give it a shot.
Yeah, just a little bit low health, but it got red mail, so you can just run into the moth, and then got hammer, so that will take care of your damage potential.
Yeah, Sean making a good point in chat. Both dungeons that require Kin of Samaria are pendant dungeons, so there is the chance that you will not need it to get into Ganon's Tower.
I mean, they're certainly not going to turn down if they see Samaria, just to rule out Ganon's Tower. Also, to give Icebreaker for Ice Palace. You never only go around the long way.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting you skip it, but there is the potential for it, Samaria, to be in GT, which would be interesting. Yeah, Limp Bagel in chat. GT Big Key, definitely. You could need Samaria. I think that could be part of the fun. You know, fun for us, I guess. Maybe not for the runners, but, you know, do you hunt for Samaria if you have all 7 crystals done?
I mean, at that point, I would probably just take my chances in GT. Unless you got some really close checks you can do really quick. Take your chances. There's a lot of checks on the left side. And hope that Samaria is there. Or the big key is just on the left side, that you don't even need Samaria.
I agree. I would also take the chance and hope for the best. We're going to see Hype Cave over on Bradlock's side. Not much there.
Yeah, the only thing, it did give a little bit of money, because both runners are actually completely broke on cash, so you do need some. Oh boy. Yeah, Bill getting comboed by that trap there. That happens. It's just.
Yeah, the timing on that room can be really, really rough. Especially if you get hit by one of the spikes leading into that drop. But he's probably going to be maybe glad it happened. He got an upgraded sword in the back of Skull Woods. Bill's going to fish for some magic in this room before the Gibdos. Oh, nice drop. Seed's playing nice. I might consider using Ether in this room to conserve magic a little bit. Ether will kill everything in that room.
So let's see if Bill. Oh, maybe the wall mass already dropped. Oh no, there it is. So
yeah, if you go right through the room, you can bait it as you pick up the pot and kind of walk right through. And we get B strats on Moth. 3 Bs.
Here. This is an interesting strat here. Just don't hit into the spikes because it's gonna take no damage. Okay, some fire rod shots left. Oh, there we go. Good fight.
Got it. Well done. Way to use all of your disposable equipment. First crystal on the board for Whiskey Bill.
Good info for... did Whiskey Bill do the front of... I think he did the front of Skullwoods, because both items are in the back, so probably realized that. So a sword in... did get a sword out of that, at least. And was a crystal anyway, so... the first crystal on the board.
Yeah, and I think there is. I mean, there is the potential if Skullwoods is a crystal and you have the fire rod, there is the potential to start in the back, since you know you have to beat Moth anyways. So there's potentially, if Bradlock does go back there and check the back first, they could skip the entire front section, which might save them a little bit of time.
So Bradlock in Thieves Town. I'm not sure. I saw a big key. I saw the compass. I'm not sure what else. I didn't see what the first couple of chests were.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything of note in the front of Thieves Town. Bill's gonna also jump into Thieves Town, so we got to see what we may or may not have missed.
Alright, so picking up all the dungeon items in the front. Map, compass, big key. We didn't get the small key yet, so let's see. This one, oh yeah, okay, just 20 rupees. Yeah.
So 3 items in the back of Thieves Town. Even with red mail, these players have to be a little bit careful walking through here. There is the potential for damage to kind of sneak up on you if you take too many hits here.
Yeah, and then neither of them, we don't have like a fairy in a bottle, which, okay, then they could be a little bit more reckless. But I think everything had bees in it. Bradlock take advantage of the hearts in those pots there. Okay, another 50. Okay, yeah, slowly picking up that money because need some for dig game, need some for pod, if they want to do green pendant. And no, yeah, there's no small key, so that's gonna be in the big chest.
So we'll see if blind drops anything useful for our runners here. First 6 hits down. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, that's a rough one there. It can get a little bit out of control when you get off script, and especially when you got those fireballs that don't care about your armor.
Yeah, and Bradlock deciding to just come back a little bit later when they're better equipped. I don't hate that. I mean, you know there's an item there, but it's easy enough to get back to. We're going to see hammer pegs on Bradlock's side, the slow version. No item dashing, because no boots. Speaking of red cane.
Yeah, so that's always a nice thing to find. So there's no GT shenanigans here.
Yeah,
on the other,
not gonna have to worry about it.
I mean, on the other hand, there's a chance that you may have to dip into the TR if go mode something's in there. So not uncommon. I've seen stuff like hook shot, like a bow or something in there that you now have to dip a pendant.
That's true. And we did see Whiskey Bill was able to beat Blind. And Blind just dropped a heart piece, so not a required item on Blind. So Bradlock not getting punished necessarily outside of, not being able to finish the crystal dungeon.
And big game, you know what? We're not gonna complain about that. That's we'll take the extra money there, so they're good for all their money needs for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, that's Kiki extortion money right there. Bradlock picked up the Smith. They're going to save and quit. Bring him home. Bill is also going to get his Cane of Samaria from the Hammerpeg Cave.
So at least the flute makes the Smith turn in a little bit faster. Like, imagine if you don't have that, I mean, it gets really slow, and if the game wants to troll you a little bit, it'll put the mirror at the directly or like in the purple chest or something, just to poke a little fun there.
No one I know enjoys doing mirrorless Smith chain, but when the mirror shows up in purple chest, it's just kind of adding insult to not injury, but it's just an insult. That's all I got. Smiths just give you a shield.
Well, that actually might help Bradlock in the rematch against Blind. Being able to block fireballs, that's nothing to scoff at there.
Yep, that is not insignificant, for sure. Bill's going to see the disappointment that is Hype gave today. Unfortunately, I didn't see which medallion opened Meyer. Well, there's our mirror.
That was Ether to get into Meyer, so they can't do anything in there yet. No boots, no hook shot, so they can't enter. They can't get past the first room.
And chat, good point brought up in chat with that mirror find on Bradlock's side. That does open up Death Mountain, so Turtle Rock is potentially in logic if it is Ether required to open it.
I don't think the runners want to see Ether for Turtle Rock. It's not one of those pendant dungeons you want to go into. Especially if you have to potentially just go all the way to the back and find nothing. That's a few minutes there.
Yeah, absolutely not. So was that half magic? Yes, half magic on the pyramid on Bill's side. As Bradlock is in Desert Palace, which I don't think is boots locked. Maybe it was.
It might have been.
Yeah, maybe it was. I didn't see the torch.
Yeah, mean, judging from how Bradlock's movement went, it was probably Big Key. Yeah, Incoherent confirming that. So there's so at least we know Boots cannot be in on the GT torch. So that's at least we know that's out.
I say Bill's taking the Smith on quite the tour here. He's heading up all the way to Catfish.
This is the full world tour here. But good to get this check out of the way. This one could be really obnoxious to isolate. Catfish today, yeah, well, nothing.
Just a shame that he didn't have the mirror and need to do Zora. Could have brought the fish all the way to. Could have brought the frog all the way to the big fish.
But yeah, at least Bill picked up that half-cost magic on Pyramid Ledge. Yeah, no one will ever turn that down. You got plenty of uses for that. You got Ice Palace. That's magic heavy, so Turtle Rock potentially.
I mean, I like it in GT. Get to see what Purple Chest has. We know it can't be Mirror. Just 20 rupees. So it looks like Bradlock's going to give the blind fight another go here. Bill is in the mire area. He's going to grab his mirror.
Did Bradlock check Checkerboard Cave? Remember V.
I was just wondering that. I didn't see them do it. We're gonna see Samari strats from Bradlock on blind. I might have started that fight with sword beams potentially and just tried to snipe him from the bottom of the room, but Samaria also works. 2 phases down.
Okay, this one looking a little bit better, and yeah, confirm Big Key on the torch. Okay, there we go.
Good job, Bradlock. We got it. He finds his heart piece. Oh, good call in chat. Josh the Canuck pointing out where I was wrong. He had no sword beams because he has not been into Skull Woods to grab that upgraded sword. Although that might be where they're going right now. So Bill finds out that Desert is boots locked. Looks like they are going to Checkerboard Cave.
For Bill, good as time as any to get Agina out of the way. Let's see. Next step here. I'm wondering when. Should have think about a mountain play here because it looks a lot more attractive with that mirror.
That's where I would go in Bill's shoes. There's a lot of checks up on Death Mountain, plus a crystal dungeon you can finish. It looks like that's where he's going. So we have Bradlock clearing out the middle part of Skullwoods on their way to the back and the moth.
Well, there's our other shield on the Spectacle Rock ledge. And, okay, so they'll be picking that up, so that in case you gotta do laser bridge, it's a lot easier to do that if they're not comfortable with kind of that half tile strats there to get past the laser beams.
Yeah, no laser skips on Bill's end. To the dismay of some chatters, I'm sure. Ooh, Bradlock just missing the Wallmaster.
You're gonna chat about that mirror shield. Oh yeah, because Bradlock's mentor is a Lana Bean. I wonder what she's gonna mention about that. Please definitely skip it.
I can already hear the disgust if Bradlock picks that up.
Yeah, so Bradlock doing a good play, just kind of baiting that Wallmaster before going into the corner.
So they're doing a good job avoiding taking some damage here too. Nice fight overall, I think.
Yeah, a good moth fight, and get through that. Not too much trouble, actually. And so this seed, preventing runners from doing, if they knew how to do the hair or pot strat, yep, you're not doing it here. It's a big chest, big chest having the hook shot in it. Oh, I like that strat on
it's an hook shot iframes, very nice.
Yeah, I like the hook shot's so useful for that. That's a good bot right there, exploiting that hook shot's iframes. That's very good. You do not have to do the basement, which I think just has its own key.
It might think it has a small key, yeah. And you see Bradlock following right behind, so they'll more than likely be getting their hook shot very shortly. But I mean, you have options with this equipment on the Moldorm fight. You can use Master Sword spins. You can use the hammer, which does the same damage. It's whatever you're more comfortable with.
All right, so let's see, what is Bradlock going to do about that shield?
Looks like they might be picking it up. Like they mirrored right on it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and then right into Tower of Hera. I like this play.
Imagine boots at the end of the spiral cave, and that would just be like, that's like the ultimate like troll here. No, just 3 bombs. I've seen that before. It's like you have to walk the whole loop, and then you get like, why did you just give me that earlier?
You're telling me this game has memes? I don't believe you. Nice use of sword spins on Bradlock's side on the Tower of Hera climb.
Alright, so Bill flew into Paradox Cave. Okay, lower Paradox, nope, nothing, just money. Now let's see what the upper side has. But yeah, for both runners, it's good that they don't have to think about Hera basement, because that is not a check that you ever want to think about. Like, well, should I do it or skip it?
Yeah, I feel like that's one of those checks that if you do it, it has nothing, and if you skip it, it has your last located go mode item. You see the book in Upper Paradox Cave on Bill's side.
Okay, so that will give... Okay, you might check Ether. At least, at the end of all this, probably just go to Dark Death Mountain and then just work back to the left at the end.
Yeah, I think that's a good play. Yeah, question in chat, who's ahead? It is very tough to say who's ahead right now. Both runners have basically done the same things. Bill might be maybe a minute ahead because he's finished Tower of Hera already, but it is still very, very close.
Right, very good to see. Bombos required for a TR, so that's good. Just keep that locked out for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure these runners would be just fine with not seeing Bombos until GT. Moldorm down on Bradlock's side, so that is 3 crystals apiece.
Probably be relieved to know that no Hera basement needed. Can't even get to the basement, actually.
That's the second dungeon we've seen where there's been a small key that locked itself. I think Thieves Town also had the small key locked. So Dark Death Mountain didn't really have anything. Hookshot Cave was kind of a bust. It looks like Bill is going to head over to the west side and check out that ether tablet with that book he found.
Shall not be getting his answer right here. He was mentioning about Ice Palace. We might be having that fake flipper into Ice Palace. Got everything you need. I mean, you're still gonna need flippers anyway, but you could always get something like boots, a bow. Probably don't want to see Bombos in here. You really don't want to be thinking about putting Turtle Rock into play.
Absolutely not. But to your point, if you find a bow in here or boots in here, particularly a bow opens up, I mean, pretty much all of Pod, I think, at this point, if you can do it without the lamp. Nice use of bombs in the Pengator room. Or bomb, I guess, just one.
So looking in the chat about Spike Cave, I just don't think they bought any potion. Oh no, I think Bradlock has a red. You probably only need one potion, and that's enough to brute force through Spike Cave.
Is Spike Cave in Logic with just a bottle? I'm actually not sure about that.
I think you need enough to have something like 12 or 14 hearts or something. You need to have enough health from that. So if they have Cane of Burner or Cape, it would be in direct Logic. But if you have, you only have 3 hearts, you're not gonna get that into Logic. I pretty much you would need 4 bottles. Actually, maybe that might not even be enough because you can't go down to 0 health. But here they have enough health. I think 1 bottle of potion, definitely 2 would be plenty.
Yeah, I just don't know if the logic would consider it in logic without either Burna or Cape. It's it's doable for sure.
Yeah, I want to think the game is probably just gonna assume you'll need Burna or Cape and half cost magic.
I haven't seen anything of use in Ice Palace yet. Nice bomb jump there by Bill. To get over to Ice Tea a little bit quicker than having to go around.
Yeah, this is pretty empty. Iced tea room. Let's see here. No, just small key. I mean, this place is hookshot locked, but that's not an issue here since Harrow basically gave that. No issues there.
Yeah, if there is anything in here, it is behind flippers. That switch did not want to stay open. Oh, there's the boots.
Okay.
The boots are behind flippers. So I wonder if the flippers are in pod.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what options do we have. We had pod, we had Meyer was accessible with that hook shot.
With the hook shot, yes.
So yeah, but there wasn't too many options. Yeah, so green pendant pod, without a bow. Always a little bit annoying there. But you could have a bow in there. There's no reason why it can't be in there. Alright, so Bill on Cold Stare. That half-cross magic will be helping out a bit there.
Yeah, half magic fire rod in this fight is really nice. Yep, don't get trapped. Good job. Pretty nice fight with Master Sword.
Very nice Cold Stare fight, and okay, another heart container.
So that's 4 crystals for Bill. And the question is, it sounds like either Meyer or Pod are probably where they'd be looking to go. It's just a question of which one do you pick?
Yeah, probably either one would be fine to go into. Also, at some point, you gotta remember some of those out of the way checks, because stuff like Bonk Rocks is in play. I don't think anyone's checked. Now, King's Tomb's in play. Graveyard Ledge. So, those are also some options for some of those out of the way checks.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna head, I think, right into desert, actually.
So Bill picking up that big key. So I'm gonna see if this seat is doing some kind of like linear chain. So you got flippers, locking boots, Anything in here? Okay, well, oh boy, that can get a little annoying. Spike Cave is just not somewhere you're going back to anytime soon.
Yeah, and since Bill came over to clear out desert, which I don't hate, it is a crystal. If I was in his shoes, I would probably dip into Mire at this point. It's a little slow, but you're already here. And if you find the items, you don't have to come back.
Yeah, if you find 2 items in the front. And we just kind of hope the back doesn't have an item, because I'm not sure how comfortable they are with doing the dark room in Mire, because that can get a little tricky.
It can. That was probably the hardest dark room for me to learn. There are some strats you can do to make it a little bit easier with boots and hookshot, but still not the easiest.
Brad on there. Colts their fight here. Okay, still have at least. Oh, you might want to. I think you got a potion on hand.
I hope so.
Potion.
Oh, just got it off. Nicely done.
Yeah,
So they
just
eat.
I mean, you got safeties, got use them up.
Absolutely. A death there would be much more painful than using a potion and having to get it after, replace it afterwards. So it looks like Bill is going to clear out some overworld checks, maybe scout bumper ledge, and do what you were talking about and checking out all the boots locked locations up here. With that mirror, it's going to be pretty easy to go back and forth and check everything.
Yeah, I kind of like this approach because in case, you never know, you might just, oh, you're not going to get flippers because that's what, but you could get like a bow, something that, and if they're not comfortable with, well, lamp, don't necessarily have to complete Mire or TR, so well, let's see, we've got Bonk Rocks here, okay, nothing.
Yeah, it looks like Bradlock is following suit, also going to finish Desert, get that crystal.
So they're going to be at five crystals now.
5 crystals at about an hour is not a bad pace. Actually, given that we are, about an hour in, just want to give a shout out to these runners. They're doing an awesome job. So make sure you give them a follow. So they're going to be doing this for the next 6+ weeks through Swiss and into brackets. So you definitely want to make sure you give them some love.
And also giving a shout out to the mentors taking their time to help train up-and-coming players here. Could be the next generation of players going forward here. And also on tracking, we have Karjan, and Restreamer, we have Limp Bagel. So a lot of appreciation for them helping getting things, keeping these runs smoothly here.
Yeah, it's been a great first week of this tournament this year. There's been more restreams than I can remember. I mean, haven't been in the community for too long, but definitely more restreams than there were last year, and I love seeing that. The more rando, the better. All right, crystal number 5 on Bradlock's end. So I wonder where they're going to go.
I think logically we're almost funneled here. I think Bombo's tablet is still on the table. But in terms of logical checks, it may just be Meyer and Pendant Pod.
Bolus Pendant Pod, which is always a danger. So you could go all the way there and realize you're bow locked. And I think on Bradlock, I don't know if Bradlock has any more potions, but they also don't have enough money to buy a potion to glitch their way onto the bow side. So I think looks like they're going into Meyer, which I agree with.
Yeah, this is potentially a quick play. You know, sometimes you just see 2 items really quick, and if it's nothing you need, you know you have to go out and pretty much you end up going to Bolus Pod, and you know there's gonna be something in there.
Yeah, so Bradlock's into Pendant Meyer. Get Whiskey Bill cleaning up the Smith chain a little bit. And then in Bill's case, since he'd already be pretty much all the way there, I might at that point head into Pod. It's not too bad to get from Hype Cave. Actually, I guess you could flute. So you could really go anywhere.
So just Bill cleaning up this area. It's gonna should give us Bombo's tablet as well.
Yeah, very efficient way to check it is loop it in with purple chest.
Yeah, something like Flippers is here that could really change things around a little bit. Nope, just bombs. Wrong blue item there.
I saw the blue and I thought you might have called it.
No, not this time.
Looks like they are going to go to Pod. They fluted to 5. So we diverged at the beginning. We kind of got back on the same track up on Dark Death Mountain, and then now we've diverged again.
And I think Bill went to buy some potions at some point. I want to say, but I don't remember. In case if you want to try the camera glitch strats here. Meyer being a little bit annoying so far. I think it's just been small keys.
We're trying to get the rail dash. I'm not sure what the trick's called. I can't do it. I've tried. I need a little more work at it. And we are bolt locked on a pod. We got a shovel.
That's just terrible to see that. Oh my goodness. And what the shovel's gonna give, like, mushroom or powder or something? Some sort of process leading to a bow. Oh no,
oh, no.
Bradlock's side. That's not what you want to see.
So that is a fully clearable pendant TR. Thanks to Bombos in Misery Mire. Which bad option do you want to do?
Oh, Nothing looking good here. Okay, Bill checking. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
lamp on that shovel.
Oh no, that's now a fully clearable TR. Fully clearable TR, fully clearable Meyer in logic now. Oh. Okay, now the seed's starting to pull off the gloves here.
Hey, do you remember about 45 minutes ago when at least I was talking about how Samaria might not be needed? I think I might have been wrong on that one.
The chances are going up really high now. So Meyer, you got the 2 items out of there, but now even pedestal might start becoming an option because of flippers. It can't have. Oh no, it could have a bow. It would be the other.
It could have the second bow, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But if flippers could be on ped, that is definitely an option.
I mean, Pedri. Probably the thing I probably don't want to see on there is mushroom. That's that's terrible. Mushroom or powder.
Anything that leads to a fetch quest, I guess. So they're both on Dark Death Mountain, but for wildly different reasons.
Okay, so we got out of logic, Spike Cave. I mean, at this point, if you can break the logic by some other means, and nope, that's not the answer.
Yeah, the hope there would have been, I think, to get a bow. So I don't know that unless Cape is available, I don't think flippers could have been there.
Yeah, at this point, no, because since flippers locked Berna.
Okay, it looks like Bill is going to head to Meyer. So he'll get the bad news that Bombos is there and TR is in logic.
Here we go. I think Bradlock's going to be, let's do it. He's going to take that Bombos over the TR. Full... Now we know it's clearable.
Are we going to see a bird toss on Whiskey Bill's side? No bird toss. Boo.
Imagine a bow being in TR. I mean, the logic itself would have been, like, brutal. Because you gotta go into Pendant Pod, get that shovel, like get the lamp, like, say, bows in the back of TR or Trinex. That's just mean to do that.
Yeah, I don't know if Bradlock can do Dark TR. We know Bill won't have to, but I don't know if... I'm not sure if Bradlock can do it. It's not the hardest Dark Room to learn, but if you've never practiced it, it can be a little rough. Especially if you start off going left instead of right.
It takes a little bit of practice to get a feel of the room. But I think once you get a feel of what the room looks like and you can visualize it, then it's not that hard to get through with some practice.
Yeah, I think you can just hold a couple of inputs. It's just that it just takes a little bit of practice. Oh, nice chain chomps room there by Bradlock, using Samaria and the iframes from being on the switch to get through the attack.
Yeah, because I think at the start it's like down, right, and that should get you to the center, and then you just kind of loop around the outside, and you just learn when you have to like push up at some point and to get to the way to the end.
Yeah, so it's not as hard as it looks with a little bit of practice. lava chest with just a compass. Bradlock's getting through TR pretty well on Master Sword.
So at least we got the mirror, so we can do all the checks. I think Bill just got the big key that was vanilla. That's not completely wrong, and especially if you have to do pedestal. So maybe it'd be safer just to get that. At least have that as an option. In case you have to clear Meyer pendants here.
Yeah, and that could be either a blessing or a curse of having the lamp coming in here. Because Bradlock did not have the lamp and got the 2 items and left. But Bill has the lamp and can beat the dungeon. Even though both items were found. To your point, Ped might be in logic, so you might need to beat it. It might be worth it just to do it at this point.
Oh boy. Well, there's a pendant TR dip was required. The Mimic Cave chest has a bow.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
This whole chain was required. Oh boy. The other bow, we don't know. Now that could be on pedestal. That's fair game now.
Yep, that is true. It could also be in pod.
Oh yeah, because I've seen Helmut Sword have the other bow. I'm like, oh come on, that's just trolling at that point.
Oh, and the flippers.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh boy.
So that is, assuming that Bradlock does not need the lamp, that is go mode, I believe.
Yeah, I'm looking through this. The lamp isn't really needed for anything. Eastern. I don't think he got the big key, but I don't remember he did. Even if he didn't, he got Burna. You can just easily safety through that.
Yeah, one of them got the key. I think it might have been Bradlock who got the key. I think Bill might have. One of them had trouble with the anti-fairies and took a death right before getting the key. But I don't remember which one it was.
Bill could be taking their dive into TR, so they'll get the bow at Mimic Cave. I can't think they're gonna dip out after that because the bow, I mean, since you can go all the way to the back, I would say at minimum go all the way to the back of TR to Laser Bridge and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, just getting back there if you have to come back would take so long. You're already there, you might as well just do it. And it turns out, in this case, you have to do it, given where the flippers are.
So, trying to think. I mean, lamp is still logically required because of Easter. But that's about it. It wasn't needed for Meyer, TR, Pod. We didn't even really... Well, you had to step into just to get the shovel, but that's just for a logical lamp.
Yeah, it looks like Bradlock did get the big key to Eastern already because they just went right to the back.
This will be a nice swamp palace for Bradlock. It's always good when you have this in go mode. You just rush all the way to the back. Probably open up the quick checks along the way. Definitely don't want Master Sword Silverless if you can avoid it.
Yeah, I would definitely hunt checks that are in route, looking for, like you said, either another sword or another bow to get those silvers. But I would not go out of my way for anything at this point, unless, I mean, I don't know Bradlock's comfort level with Master Sword Silverless.
He doesn't even have the half-cost magic either, so that would be a really rough go at that, because then you very likely just run out of magic. So even something like, I mean, I don't think he's going to be doing Pyramid Fairy after Swamp, but that could be an option if you are wanting to get some of those Pyramid Fairy checks, but I just can't see that.
Yeah, I mean, Half Magic was on the Pyramid Ledge, so there is a small chance that after beating GT, they run down and check it, but I wouldn't at that point. I would just be committed to Master Sword Silverless and hope for the best. Yeah, chat brings up a good point. If we're sticking with memes, there's always a sword in swamp, right?
It's gonna be on left side. You're not gonna check that.
That is 100% true. That neither of these runners are gonna check left side swamp in this scenario.
And Turn Up in chat actually brings up a good point. Money has actually been fairly tight this seat, so I wouldn't even fault them going out a little bit out of the way to try to find some extra stuff, because they're not gonna have a lot of money for potions.
I don't think either one of these runners has done the Houlihan trick, so that could be a way to potentially get some potion money. It's a little tougher with the flippers, but it definitely is possible. All right, Bill got his bow, and looks like he is going to continue into TR, so that's good. They'll get their flippers and probably be on the path that Bradlock is on.
Big key and the first check there. Okay, that's nice. It gives you an extra check to work with. Wouldn't even blame Brad if he decides to go down to the compass chest. At this point, you might be looking for some safeties, because he's got literally no money. Can't buy any potions. I
think he can buy one green, right? Isn't it 60 rupees?
Yeah, 60 rupees. That's not much to work with. And no cape either, so can't even do like the wall strats to conserve magic. So,
right, yeah, this is about as low percent as a Master Sword Ganon fight can get, so... Yeah, it looks like, I mean, they're checking some chests that aren't too far out of the way. Oh, Powder's a good find.
Alright, so Powder's nice. That gives some safety on the mountain, on GT climb.
Yeah, they'll be able to get a full health refresh at the top of GT. To answer a question in chat, where was Half Magic? Was on Pyramid Ledge. Which Brad has not checked yet.
Alright, so Swamp carrying a couple of fetch quest items there, Mushroom and Powder. I mean, I actually would, a couple heart containers, that's fine. May actually just turn in that Mushroom real quick before GT climb. Maybe even turning in the Powder. Just get a couple checks out of the way and see if you get something.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't hate the idea of checking them. I mean, the Mushroom is very, very quick to do. You can flute right to 2 and then just hand it over and cash it in. Powder is a little bit longer, but still not that bad. And if it does lead to a sword or a bow, you'll make up that time in no time.
Okay, so yeah, Bill was the one with a little bit of trouble in the Anti-Fairy, so using Burna to make that room free. No issues there.
Yeah, we got Master Sword Argus fight over on Brad's side. He was trying to do the strat where you pull 2 puffs and sword spin them at the same time. I think he got a couple, but now he's just opting for pulling 1, slashing them. Argus is down.
Alright, so that is 7 crystals for Bradlock. So, time for them to go into GT. So, in GT, we do this little thing with the big key. And try to figure out where the big key is in GT. So we got checks 1 through 22, all accessible. So put in chat where you think that big key is going to be sitting.
Yeah, it looks like Brad is going to turn in that mushroom. Just 5 rupees. See some numbers in chat. I always pick 6. I don't really know a reason why. I just pick 6 typically.
Now, let's say for Brad, if he gets close to like a god route big key, so gets it like maybe in the trap room on the right or something like that, how much do you think he's gonna go if he's gonna explore more? Or would he just do climb GT at that point?
I mean, it kind of depends on their comfort level with Master Sword Silverless. I mean, and also I think it might depend on if they feel like they're behind potentially. If they think they're behind, they might try to risk it and make that climb with the equipment they have. Maybe check the checks at the top of GT and hope that one of them is there.
Yeah, I think the furthest I would go is probably the 4 chest room on the left, and that's probably as far as I would get. I mean, I wouldn't go to the random room. That takes a little bit of time to get to, but at least you can scout the Stalfos room and see if those 4 checks might have something.
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad call. But check 1, it's just the map and then small key. There are some runners that if they get a small key in the Hope Room there, that they will continue on right side. Oh, there's Silvers sitting on the torch.
Okay, so that's very good to see that. So at least that simplifies the back half of the Ganon fight.
That cuts your spins just about in half. Alright, that's 7 checks so far.
Picking up our 4th bottle. I think every bottle in this seat had a bee in it.
I think you're right. The first 3 definitely did. I didn't see the last one. If it had a bee in it or not.
At least I think I saw a bee in that 4th bottle. Alright, so the double fire bar room with Quake, that's just there.
Yeah, kind of a useless Quake. Oh, there it is, in the fire bar room. And at this point, they're going to check rando room. At this point, since you're already mostly of the way there, I like this play. I would check these 4, and then if you don't find it, you're going to climb.
Yeah, this is a reasonable play. It doesn't take that many. Oh, okay, there's money, so that's at least something for potions in case. Ooh, the cape. Okay.
Oh, and the cape is nice.
Okay, so that at least is something, because that now gives.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say that. Looked like they might have been continuing on to Bob's chest, but they mirrored out and they're going to climb. I would still check the chest at the top, though. Because the difference between Master Sword and Tempered Sword is, in my opinion, the most significant upgrade in the game.
Yeah, anything to make the first 2 phases easier. That saves a good minute and a half, maybe a couple minutes, if not more, depending on how much trouble you have with Master Sword. And plus, those checks only take a few seconds to do.
Yeah, and oh, Bradlock does have a blue potion, but it looks like they might have to use it pretty soon.
Now, there is a refill room. There is a refill room. I'm trying to see if we can get to it.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you can get through this room and the cannonballs... Yep, good use of the cape here. I would use it again in the next room, too. We see Bill buying potions. At least a couple of greens. And now they're on their way to GT.
Very good job on Brad's side to get to the safety room, picking up all the refills there. Okay, good to go now.
Yeah, I was like, good job going back to get that magic. Now we're in the gauntlet on Brad's side. So this room might be one of my least favorite rooms in the game. I usually end up using Ether if I have it, because it kills those Stalfos in one go. It's a little slow though.
Brad doing a good job on the gauntlet. Last room here. Good job getting through that.
Yep, pretty good gauntlet there. Yeah, we see Bill using burner strats to get through the Lionels at the top of Dark Death Mountain.
There we go. After a few missed arrows there, and then suddenly getting that good aim there at the end. I think some arrows.
Yep, top right. Yep. And we see Bill is also going to do Hope. Looks like Hope left. So I wonder how long Bill will spend at the basement, if he starts the climb right after finding the big key, or if he continues on to look for a sword.
I would think he's also going to do those 4 checks. And again, it doesn't take too long to get them, and it has some good stuff in it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would check those 4. But again, if he feels comfortable with his Master Sword Silverless, or if he feels behind, he might opt to skip. And yeah, that 4th bottle did have a bee in it. Oh, good job on Bradlock's end, realizing that they need the small key off of the mini Helmosaur.
Oh, that's a nice time for a refill on the top of
Nice
GT.
Sankheart. Nice Sankheart.
Good timing for that.
Oh, and not checking the pre-Moldorm chest. Interesting. Okay. They're going back. Oh no, Bill just left after getting the big key. So they're about a climb behind where Brad is. Almost exactly.
Kind of curious where these other two swords are. At this point, Pod has never been dipped, so I would almost guess one sword's probably in there. Pedestal could easily have the other one. Not gonna get that. There's no way to get those swords.
Yeah, I mean, right side GT, there's still some checks in the basement of GT that haven't been checked. So there's potentially one there. Just density-wise, those are the two most likely spots. Bill's side, they did not use the fill-up room after the cannonballs. So they're going into the gauntlet with about 3 hearts. Brad takes down Aga 2 and is now on the way to fight Master Sword Silverless Ganon.
Okay, Bill having to use that blue potion up to get the safeties there.
Yep, that could be significant because I think their only other potions are green. Oh, and it looks like Brad is checking Pyramid Ledge, and they're going to get that half magic, which is really, really nice.
Oh, there's a kind of a sigh of relief there that makes
Yep, absolutely. Where's that fairy? Oh no! Oh, they got it.
Bradlock with the cape out. You're probably going to be going for the wall strats there for safety. This is going to take a little while to get the 24 spins.
Yeah, at this point, slow and steady. That's a good spot. You can get in the corner, top right, and you can get a couple of spins. You can bounce off the wall and hit them twice. Same thing here along the bottom, like that. That was well done. Yep, there he goes. All right, see Brad on phase 2 as Bill is in Torches 2 at the top of GT. Good use of the cape there by Brad. Get some extra hits in. And yep, looks like he was holding the wall to conserve some magic with that cape. Yeah, I haven't been counting spins on Brad's side, but he's got to be close to getting to phase 3 at this point. Yep, there he is. On to phase 3.
Just has to take his time here, especially when he gets to phase 4. You kind of want to try to avoid staying on the edge of the screen.
Yep, one wrong move and Ganon could knock you off. That's a pretty good tip for any mentees. If you do get hit by the fire bats, oh, nice torch glitch with the fire rod. But if you do get hit by the fire bats, you want to let go of your inputs and you will not fall off.
Yeah, because you don't move, it actually reverses your controls. That's why a lot of people fall off, because you kind of go on instinct, but it's doing the opposite to you.
Looks like one more silver arrow for Brad. Yep, and you see right there, they let go of their inputs, and the fire bat did not knock them off. Oh no, they had it. Oh, here we go. This should be it. Alright, get your GGs out in chat for Bradlock. Looks like they're gonna take this one.
Alright, Bradlock finishing time of 1:41:33. Got Bill just a little bit behind on phase 2 of Ganon.
Yeah, this was a close race. I mean, it was a Ganon fight between them, ultimately.
I mean, if take a fall there, it easily swings this the other way.
Yeah, I mean, very, very close. Bradlock needed to be on point with his Ganon fight, and he was.
Okay, Bill a little close here, and I don't think he's got safeties either. He used up that blue potion on the climb.
He did. It's on phase 3. Making good time on this fight. Does have to be a little careful on only 2 hearts, though. Oh no! Trying to get the torch glitch and the fire bat got him. Yeah, he didn't move, or he moved too soon and didn't bait the bat to fire more toward the middle of the floor. I don't know if Bill has any more magic refills. Actually, I think he might have bought green potions. So at least he has magic refill, but I don't think he has any way to refill his health.
I mean, at that case, I'd be very liberal with like cape, holding the wall just to hold onto that magic for safeties.
Absolutely.
See, on the other side, the pedestal had no, just a heart piece. Holy smoke. Yeah, he doesn't have the cape. They didn't go further in the GT. He just mirrored after the big key. Oh, that's right. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I forgot the cape was in Rando room. Yeah, Lana Bean in chat. Yeah, Lamp was on Shovel spot. Shovel was first check of Ped. Ped Pod. I know my vowels. Yeah, if he could get up into the top corner there, he could get a couple of spins in while those fire bats are circling.
Phase 4 just needs to bait.
Yep, bait the bat. That's not it. That's not it.
That's the same thing. Okay.
Okay, they saved it.
Okay.
And then okay. Oh no.
Yeah, that's the issue with the bat. And again, it's reflex to want to move. It's not intuitive at all. Not intuitive at all that you let go of the controller.
Yeah, your instinct is to move yourself away from the ledge, and like you said, it reverses your input, so it actually just drives you right towards it. Definitely takes some unlearning of, what you would normally do. Trying to figure out which potion to buy. Alright, so we're gonna give this another go. Bill's done really well on the first 3 phases. It's just that fire bat in phase 4 is what's been giving him trouble.
Yeah, I think a lot of times with Master Sword, all the problems come in the first 2 phases because it's just hard to get the 24 spins. So he's done good to get past that. It's Master Sword Silver, and a lot of people say it's just kind of an ugly fight. It's just very awkward.
Yeah, usually I feel like most people will practice Master Sword Silver less, and they won't practice with silvers. Because how often are you going to have Master Sword with silvers? I mean, I feel like it comes up a decent amount, but at least I never really practiced it when I was in this tournament last year.
Yeah, most of the time, if you're going to be practicing, I mean, the bread and butter is going to be a Tempered Sword Silverless. That's like kind of the bread and butter, but may not have that all the time. Like in this case, the Seed kind of hiding away a couple swords, and just you're not going to go out of your way to search for them because it's probably like in like Pendant Pod or Trinex or something like that.
Well, that's true. We didn't see Laser Bridge either. There could be a sword there. I think both runners left after finding those flippers. So here you're kind of in the lower left of Ganon. You can get a couple of hits in there. Unfortunately, taking another death. So as Chad pointed out, the timing on Master Sword Silvers is definitely different, and it's something that's worth practicing.
When I see them doing like Master Sword Silverless, once you get enough practice on doing the Phase 4 without silvers, it's just like you're doing doubles and triples, just kind of routine. You get into that rhythm.
Yeah, exactly. There's definitely a rhythm to the Master Sword Silverless fight. You get the torch glitch, you can, like you said, set up doubles or even triples, and you just kind of go. With silvers, you'd think it would be easier, but in some ways it's actually harder because it kind of throws off your normal muscle memory.
That and Incoherent mentioned that the knockback when you do a Master Sword spin is enormous. You see how much you get tossed halfway across the room, versus if you do Tempered Sword or Gold Sword, you almost have no knockback.
That's a good point, and it's something that you might not notice until you do it a handful of times. Gotta be careful, he's down to 4 hearts. Don't be afraid to use Cane of Burna. Oh, we let it go too soon. Are we just getting a forfeit on Bill's end? It looks like we are joined in the race room by our winner for this race, Bradlock. GG's. Good job.
GG's.
All right, so what did you make of this seed? Kind of looking a little bit linear, but then you kind of felt like maybe at the back you get a little bit bottleneck there.
Yeah. Just a little.
So one of the things, or probably the biggest difference that I think won you the race was your decision to go into Misery Mire instead of Pod as your pendant dungeon. What made you pick the one over the other?
Well, I chose to go into Misery Mire because I got the Out of Logic boots from Ice Palace, and I was going to Clear Desert anyway, so I was just like, I'm there, go in. Because I knew the boots were flipper locked, so I just started following logic.
Makes sense.
Yeah, had you gone to Pod, you would have been bow locked anyway. The first check was the shovel that led to the lamp. So you would have been forced into TR, which luckily you got both the bow and flippers there, so it led you into kind of go mode.
Yeah.
It looks like we're also joined by Whiskey Bill. GG's Bill. What did you think of the seed?
Thanks for the GG's. GG's Bradlock. Congrats on
GG's.
completing. It took you everywhere. It kept leading you left and right, and there was a couple times where I left some groupings I probably shouldn't have too early, and that kind of screwed me. And then trying to backtrack cost me a ton of time. It was fun trying to find all the goodies in TR though.
Yeah.
Sounds like you did Ice Out of Logic too for the boots.
Yep, I did.
Yeah. As soon as we saw something that was completable, we're like, all right, let's just go do something so we feel accomplished. Because there's so many places I left the big key in Eastern, had to come back for that later. I forgot what was on the boss, if it was an item or anything. But there was so many places that you just left like one check here, or at least I left one check here, one check there, and I felt like I didn't have a great route. And then of course the Ganon fight. Silver or Master Sword Ganon is a struggle point for me, and I definitely advertise that.
It's also a struggle for me.
I mean, honestly, I think you did really well on that. You got to the phase 4. It was really the phase 4 that kind of got you a couple of times, and that one is just you have to let go of muscle memory on that one.
Yeah, I probably should have just tried to fight them and get the one hit and silvers them after that, and then just kind of go from there. But yeah, I don't know. At that point, dying a couple times and then getting to him, I was just so flustered.
Yeah, I think what might have made a little bit of difference as well is in GT, after you got the big key, Bradlock decided to continue on a little bit to the Randall room. Found the cape.
Ah, that would have made a huge difference too.
Yeah, so that would have allowed the wall strats. But yeah, the swords, we don't know. I was going to just assume Pod and maybe like Trinex or something might have had swords. We don't know. Bottom of GT, we don't know at that point.
Yeah.
All
I was hoping for was a sword, and why I went a little further.
I was laughing when I saw the silvers on Bob's torch, and Coin's like, oh yeah, and I'm like, I really wish that was a sword.
Fair enough.
Oh. Yeah, GG's. Thank you guys very much for commentating. I cannot wait to see all of the pointers that are going to be definitely pointed out and go back and rewatch this, because this was definitely a doozy to play, and I can't wait to see what you guys did differently and where I can improve from there.
Yeah. This will just be an experience.
Yeah, this was a little bit of a rougher seed in terms of, again, only had a Master Sword and kind of go around the world, like you said. So this is one of the worst, like more tedious seeds to play, and then gets you some practice for when you deal with this type of stuff in the future.
We definitely spending some time in the practice ROM with Master Sword Cannon here.
Yep. It's definitely one of my weak points as well.
All right. Anything else with you two? Anything else you have to add on to this?
I can't think of anything.
I think I touched on everything. Thank you guys again for all your help and work with this. We really appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks.
Thank you for putting on a great show. This was a very close race. I think, Bill, you dropped into Ganon right as Brad was finishing, so it was you were right there. Came down to one or two decisions, I think.
Well, that makes it feel that makes it feel a little bit better then. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks for the restream.
Okay, so we'll be wrapping up here. So this I believe finishes up week 1 of the Go Mode Podcast Mentor Tournament. I believe tomorrow will start week 2 with a different mode, which I believe is just open 7-7. So you're not given a sword at the beginning. So this can get a little bit tricky, because I've seen plenty of seeds where you don't get a sword for quite a while. So gotta learn to be a bit resourceful with what you have. Okay, so anything else you have to add, Scamler?
No, I mean, I just GG's to both runners. I mean, this, like you said, this was not an easy seed by any means. I mean, there was logical required dips into every pendant dungeon. So the fact that they were that close, and I mean, the times were very, very good dropping into Ganon. So GG's to both, and I'm looking forward to seeing them in the future in this tournament.
Okay, so thanks to my co-commentator Scandler, thanks to our tracker Karjan and Limp Bagel for the restream, and the Gomo podcast community and all the mods, admins to help get this thing running, get more restreams, so that we can show off the kind of the up-and-coming generation of new players here. All right, so I am Pixcalibur, and we'll see you guys in the next seed. All right, take care.